Hello, everyone. Happy New Year. I hope you're all doing well. I haven't come on here and posted to YouTube any talking in a while. I've attempted to do lives, but doesn't allow my phone to for some reason. I don't know if I don't. Yeah, I don't know. So we're gonna do this because things have been really crazy lately, and um, yeah, went dark for a couple days, but recharged. But things have just been really intense, and not necessarily in a bad way, but in a way that kind of makes you feel like you're losing your mind. And it's ironically been a battle of the brain versus the heart. And every time I'm listening to my heart about the situation, it's like I'm being pulled, some magnetic pull to this situation with when I'm using my heart. It's not a rational way of thinking. And then my brain gets in the way. And it's like, no, dude, this is like, bro, no. This is not happening. What you think is happening is not happening. And it's just been this back and forth, and it's just not in my nature to assume that stuff like this is I don't know. I'm trying to remain vague and cryptic about this, but I'm out taking a walk right now, even though it's really cold. And I've been walking for a couple hours after getting out of work. And it's about staying grounded and the importance of practicing methods to help us stay grounded. And I'm really realizing this amidst this last week or two. And because it's kicked up so many things, on every plane of our being, it's just kicking shit up left and right, and it's nonstop, and it's just this serious snowball effect. And there's not, it's stuff that's like you don't even understand. So how are you going to talk to other people about it when you don't even really talk to too many people, because you've been in this isolation period, and you're misunderstood. It's not a bad thing. It's nothing against anybody, but I know I'm misunderstood because I'm trying to understand this shit myself. And it's been a process, but sometimes you just really have to walk it alone for a while. And so dude, if I hadn't been, praying and meditating so much lately, not that I've ever experienced anything exactly like this, because there's nothing else like this. But if I wasn't grounded in myself right now and this was occurring, it can make you, these are experiences that can make you that have made me in the past, doubt myself and really have to get outside of myself and, go and resort to using stuff and doing stuff to numb and dull this noise out, and do very self-sabotaging, self-destructive behaviors. And we're not doing that anymore. But it's this constant tightrope walk of what the fuck am I doing? Well, oh my god, God, please help me. Literally, prayer, there can be so much power in prayer and meditation, and thank God I've been able to adapt these things and adopt them, and maybe not as often as I'd like, but this is a period where it's I'm seeing firsthand the true power behind these acts. And yeah, I've been praying in a deeper way than I ever have felt like I was able to before. And, I've always heard people say, because for the longest time, even up until recently, I'm like, I had to ask this older friend of mine, who I will eventually, share some roundabout stories how I met this guy. And it's actually really, really wild because it kind of ties into all of this, but I'm trying not to over-convolute this right now with other aspects that have occurred along this journey in the last couple years. But anyways, I was asking this guy, like, because he's really big on prayer, and I'm like, dude, I'm like, I feel so dumb asking you, like, how do you fucking pray? But he explained me his interpretation of it, and found, I did understand this somewhat to some extent. I just sometimes need things explained to me by someone I respect and look up to, or you just need it explained to you in certain words and a certain energy and a certain transmission frequency. So yeah, I've heard people say with prayer, like, dude, if you're wondering something, like, just ask. And I guess sometimes it can be that simple. And for the longest time, it seemed too simple, too good to be true. So simple it's stupid. And you just avoid doing it because you're like, clearly that doesn't work. Man, I'm like, I try to keep an open mind about things, but in this last week, like, even I'm like having to open myself up even more to concepts that I maybe not be super familiar with or had ever put too much credence into in the past. And it's, man, really, it's exercise in elasticity, dude. Neuroplasticity, malleability. Oh, man. This probably ain't gonna make fucking much sense to too many people, but maybe some people get it. I don't know. For some reason, I feel like I need to share this. Totally different energy than I'm like used to doing with Instagram, doing the live over there. I don't know. There's a whole like it's its own its own thing, I guess. But oh man, yeah, staying grounded. Like, yeah, if I wasn't in a good place right now and hadn't been like putting so much time into being selfish, but not in a negative way, for a while now, like in a steep isolation. I don't know. I don't know where this would be ending up. Where I'd be ending up. I have a good idea though, but it makes me think a lot too about the idea, comparison, contrast between like the Eastern view and Hinduism view of the Kundalini awakening versus the Western schizophrenic break. I think there's a lot of important connective tissue to those. One being something that we're made to believe is completely out of our control. The other being something we are able to maybe learn about, educate about, and work with. Same with like astrology versus, man, like looking into astrology, I've been able to come to understand my own mental health diagnoses. I don't have a schizophrenic diagnosis. Definitely not, but nothing wrong with, I got friends, dude. But yeah, just learn and being open to my own natal astrology chart, and not looking at it in such a rigid, definitive way has shown me that, my ADHD diagnosis, my multiple bipolar diagnoses over the years, that I've always been doubtful about because they've always been at extremely like emotional, heavy expenditure times, growth moments those spiritual growing pains that like you feel yourself going through some shit. You're like, what the fuck is this, dude? And like, you're like, I don't know, this shit hurts and it's not like a normal pain, and they tell me it's like good for me and it's inevitable, and like, you know, I think these spiritual growing pains are inevitable, but often we don't recognize them as something that could be compared to that. I know that's been the case for me in the past, and I end up, you know, like, you lose your shit, dude, and you do some really dumb, destructive things. But it's, again, just being open and creating an awareness of these concepts that can really, it can really push you to the edge and make you stare over the precipice, but it can lead you back to being more grounded than you could have ever imagined. And I guess that's relative to perspective, but so is sanity. So are most things. Sorry, I'm just, yeah. We're letting it go. Sometimes you just gotta let go and let God, for real. I get it. I'm getting it. I am getting it because, dude, there's been like multiple times where like I'm getting revelations over the last week about just like shit from the last few years and stuff that I suspected people had done or were doing, or certain people's motives and intentions, that I allowed myself to be gaslit about over and over and over again, all because I want to be able to see the best in people, and maybe part of me does, but it's also a weakness and like a desperation. It's a lot of things, but I've like had like epiphanies and revelations hit me that are things that I was, you know, theorizing, speculating in the past by myself, because sometimes things get so crazy you have to like really think outside the box, and my mind's always kind of worked like that, like, oh, let me think of every case scenario, good and or bad, mostly bad, throughout my life. Like, it's just my brain, that's how my brain operates, like, play out all the fucking, what is that fucking, that some computer that's able to, like, whatever, off topic, dude. And I'm gonna get going soon because I'm like, I think I'm going to see my buddy John, hang out for a little bit and help me ground for sure, because he's all into like watching sports and shit, and like I love baseball, but I don't have much interest in sports, but I can still sit and like kick back and watch some sports with him, just chill. Like, we've been really good friends for a long time and close with his kids and stuff, like, but anyways, sometimes that's good, like, you know, to go be around something that's polar opposite of you, but not in an unhealthy, destructive way. He's a homie. He's like a brother. Oh boy. Yeah, it's a heavy day, man. I hope everyone's doing well. I'm sorry if this sounds just like all over the place and scattered. I hope there's some cohesive threads woven throughout. Feels like there might be, but I don't know. Sometimes, like, I've been thinking for the last like hours, I'm like, oh dude, I said I was going to be taking a break for a little bit, just because things have, I don't know, found some things out that like kind of, they didn't really come as a surprise to me, but finding out that these things may, like, some people are just really fucked. Some people are not, just don't have good intentions. And yeah, I just felt I had to withdraw for a little bit and really like think about some things. And I have been, and I always am, and I did. So here I am now again, and I hope you are well, and I hope this makes some sense to whoever it finds. I have faith that it will find, you know, with most of these types of videos where it's like, oh shit, I feel like this is not really, I don't know what's going on, but I just got to talk and I got to decompress. Like, these are very, like, these emotional purges for me are actually very helpful, even though I, like, people are like, yo, dude, why are you making your business public? Because I think there's other people that probably feel like this, and it's, you know, it's the only thing I've really been about these last couple of years is being able to find myself. And then when I started to feel like that was connecting, praying to find my tribe. Like, you know, people come to find you, you know, you're in like magic and stuff and all this esoteric stuff. And a lot of people who don't understand it think probably into dark stuff. Probably have some really, Satanism, blah, 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 blah. No, I don't do any, like, I love to learn about all of this stuff because knowledge is power and know thy enemy, right? So, but no, I ain't into doing like weird stuff and cloak and dagger, blood and stone. Nothing wrong with that. I mean, debatable. All truths but half truths. There's like, you know, the fact of something being either a tool or a weapon is in the beholder, right, of that knowledge or information or said tool or weapon. So it's how you wield it, dude. And I walk with the light, bruh. So we wield that shit strong. And yeah, the only thing I've, you know, I don't do prefix rituals or anything. Not that that's anyone's business, but like, just there's a lot of misconceptions, and there needs to be a huge campaign of destigmatizing a lot of things. Not, you know, it's not not telling people what to think, but helping them understand why, showing them through example. Hopefully, I know how vain that might sound, but it's just like, dude, it's the only reason I'm still alive is not to live for myself, is to share this. I know I've been dead a lot. I've lived a lot. And the only reason I can figure out that I'm still alive is to try and find others that are lost and I'm going through fucking puberty. Yeah, so spiritual growth pains, dude. Stepping up a notch. I don't know, but oh god, so fucking mentally and emotionally exhausted too. I don't know how I'm like just still walking around in like 15 degree weather and whatever, dude. Sometimes it's just what I gotta do. I love to walk. I walk a lot. It's always me trying to strengthen my body back up and, you know, walk around and tell myself, no, you don't have arthritis in your hips. And over the last couple of years, that's actually helped. I swear to God, like this time last year, I was fucking hurting. I was recovering. I was healing, but I was really, my body was just fucking not in good shape. I'm coming up on 20 minutes soon, and I'm probably going to end it shortly. I'll probably hear from my buddy soon, but also my phone uploads super slow to YouTube. They're long videos, and yeah, all I have is a phone. So it makes some of this a pain in the ass, but I'm grateful to have it because it's helped me have a lot of fun, be very creative, come back to life in a lot of ways. And for that, I am grateful. This was me learning how to turn the weapon into a tool. Like, you know, and not to say that he's still all drawn out in this doing stupid shit time to time. But I didn't start doing any of this stupid shit until the last 2 years. So I'm very grateful for that. I'm very grateful for anyone that may be watching this. hope, helped me get a lot out. I feel a lot better, and I'm hoping there's a chance, even if one person hears this, it's like, here's one thing that's cool. Like, okay, cool, dude. Yeah. And dude, I don't ask for people to like or subscribe. Like, if people want to do that, which most don't, I don't give a shit, whatever. Like, yeah, it would help me out, but I don't like to ask for handouts, and yeah. So, just yeah, let it be. This is what it is, and this is good. So let's walk with the light, under the light, into the light, yeah. And love you guys.